Hello everybody, welcome to this pep time video. Today I'm going to show you guys a very simple 5-minute strategy that has to do with 5-minute PSP candles and quarterly theory, but only in the spectrum of SMT of quarterly theory. So nothing on AMDX or XAMD, so you can add that to your strategy. I just think sometimes going to do AMDX or XAMD on the lower time frame could be a lot of noise. But just use your quarters for now, specifically for SMT in this model that I'm going to show you guys today. So let's look at the model that we have in front of us. So we see that we have one quarter and a second quarter that follows up towards it or after it. So what we see is SSMT. So this is sequential SMT, specifically taking a quarter that is created directly after each other and then seeing if one quarter takes out another. So we see there is a difference in price between the two assets. So this would be correlating assets. So this could be Euro USD and this could be GBP USD. This could also be gold and this could also be silver, or it could be US 100 or US 30, but keep it on correlating assets, as that will be clear indication of SMT between two charts. What we then look for is price at that sweep, which would be this high or this high. We could see that there's SMT there between our quarters. And then from that, what we look for is SMT on the lower time frame inside of our current quarter. So let's say this was Q3, taking out a previous quarter, but on the correlating chart, it didn't. We then look for lower time frame SMT, but not necessarily through price, as price could sometimes also be a little bit too much noise on the lower time frame. So how we break that down is into candles that don't correlate. So we would then, you'll see at your swing high of that sweep, you seldomly, or you mostly do get PSPs. And then you'll see price creating a second one. So there would be one at this high, as it's the same time, it would be the same candle. And then this one would create a higher sweep and also a 5-minute candle. So what we then have is SMT between our quarters and then lower time frame SMT on our price itself with PSP candles. We saw this on Euro USD and GBP USD, Q1 specifically, this Friday. So we had SSMT with Q1 high. So we came, well, Q4, sorry, we came into the market, Q4 high. We take it on EU. We then look for 5-minute PSP after that to match with SMT. So we can see that this 5-minute has been created below this 5-minute, right? But then at that sweep, at that moment, we can see at the same time, we have a 5-minute that was created above. That's our entry. That's how we get into this trade. So it'd be on the close of the 5-minute candle, and then we'd had stops at the top of the range. You could target the opposing quarter, so it would be the next quarter's low, or the quarter after that's low. So that would be that trade. We could see we have on EU today, we also have SSMT, but I did not specifically see any lower time frame 5-minute PSP SMT to the extent where I wanted to enter. I mean, I do see we have over here, like between these two, this one's lower and this one's higher, right? So we could have entered here, but the issue is when that came to price, that was pretty high. So if I'm going to use my stop at the top of or the below of the session, this wouldn't really work out in risk reward for me. And we can see that PSP is pretty important, because if we actually look at it in the spectrum of just PSP SMT, we can see there's a PSP candle on the 5-minute. You can see this is also a PSP candle on the 5-minute. Here we do have that again. And we have another one. So these are at the same time. And just to clarify what PSP is, it is specifically this candle. You see it's bullish, and then this candle's bearish. And then this candle's bearish, but this candle's bullish at the same time. So we can see that we have PSP SMT again at this top, right in the middle of the range. And we can see that's where the sell came from. We then had PSP SMT earlier as well that day. So when both of the quarters highs, so if you have one quarter and you want to look for SSMT, but the issue is the chart, both of them takes the high. So now you don't know what to do because there's no SSMT. Look to continue the trend when this specifically happens, when you have both of the quarters highs being taken. Just look to continue the trend. And then yet again, just to follow that, if we knew we had to just look to continue the trend, what we would do is look for SMT on the downside to continue the trend, right? Because we want to get into this trade, but the only way we get into this trade is because of SMT. So we don't have any SMT at the moment at the top. So we would then look for SMT at the bottom to continue the trend. We can see we have 5-minute PSP at the bottom right here. We then have 5-minute PSP again. That is PSP SMT. Okay. And then we go bullish from that. We then have PSP SMT again to go bearish from that. So it's literally PSP SMT bullish, PSP SMT bearish. And then you have it again to go bearish. And then you have it again to go bullish. It's literally just repeating the cycle. And there was another trade. There was this, oh yeah, this one didn't really work out too good. As the higher time from SMT wasn't too clear, we could see we both took every quarter before that. So it wasn't as clear as we would like to necessarily say SSMT between one quarter. So this, I wouldn't necessarily take this trade. We then had the sell. This one we caught in the live stream. This one was pretty nice. We could see we took out Q3 of the previous day on Q2. But at the same time, we didn't. And we created a PSP directly after that sweep, you see. We then had lower time frame directly after that sweep right here. So directly after the SSMT confirmation on the higher time frame, we look for lower time frame 5-minute PSP SMT. And this is what we had. Now you might be like, okay, but that's just one example, two example. Look here. On GU, we took this high again, but on EU, we didn't. So we created lower time frame again between the original 5-minute directly after the sweep. So we could have re-entered on this trade if we wanted to continue the sell. So it's not just the first entry. It is also very good for re-entries. If you guys have any questions about this, please do ask in the general chat. Next week, I will make another video about PSP SMT, and then I will give you guys a link to actually use the indicator, as the indicator will be made for free. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Please do go and study this, because when you do get the tool, you guys are going to want to test this the entire time, so at least get a basis of what it is. But it's pretty simple. Looking for higher time frame SMT between quarters. Directly after that, look for lower time frame SMT with your PSP candles on the 5-minute. And just target opposing liquidity. That is it. No higher time frame Fairley gap, no higher time frame order block, no higher time frame, nothing. That's it. Just SMT and lower time frame SMT. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully you guys are learning something. Cheers, cheers.